one of the constant questions that you are going to face and come across and probably have a challenge even solving is, okay, what's my core superpower? Like, what is my core superpower? What industry should I pick in? Probably because when you are transiting from what you were doing before, probably in the corporate world or whatever that is, now you want to kind of make a shift and drop down to a different world altogether. And you're kind of having that struggle when it comes to hang on. You're kind of having that struggle to like, what should my core superpower be? That being said, in this one video, we're going to talk about two different methods. Two of my favorite methods, and this is something that I've learned. First method is something that I've learned from one of my mentor, Brian Rose, and he explained it in such a magical way and gave me goosebumps altogether. Like, that's such a nice way of doing it. The second one we are going to talk about in deeper in this one video. Thank you so much for joining in. Let us begin. Now, in this video, we are going to talk about two things. The first, Brian Rose method. I don't know what exactly he calls. Method he calls it. But then when I first ever began into this world of online and digital marketing and affiliate marketing and how can I build a coaching business, how can I build a business in general, what are funnels, since I was learning all these things, I came across the Brian Rose guy. Now, who is Brian Rose? London Real. Google London Real or probably YouTube London Real, you'll get to know that person. Interview some massive and topmost industry leaders, and I've learned this one concept from him, and I think the method is called Golden Triangle, Golden Circle, Golden Opportunity. It's called Golden Opportunity. That brings us, we'll dive into this. What's this? The whiteboard. Okay, so I'm going to give you, he shows it. Okay, this is one circle. It's supposed to be circle. Okay, that's a circle. He shows this one circle. In one circle, what you do first of all is list down what are your skills are. Now, this first stands for skills. Okay, so what do you do? What are the things that you've learned and developed over a period of time? Okay, skills are something that you were very bad at. You did not know how to talk, you did not know how to speak a language, you did not know how to walk, you did not know how to run, you did not know how to communicate, not know how to do math, 2 plus 2, learn English and stuff like that. Those were the skills that were developed across the line. Just like you did not know how to ride a bike, you did not know how to record a video, you did not know how to learn calligraphy. Whatever you've learned over a period of time, that goes in the category of skills. So what are the coolest skills that you have got? I want you to write down 10 skills in this particular manner. Let us go back to the sheet over here. It's like write down 10 skills, like 10 skills. Okay, that's supposed to be S. Write down 10 skills that you think you're good in. For example, you like talking to friends, you like hanging out with friends, you like Netflix, you like to chill, you like to go on trips, you like to go on a bike ride, you want to write calligraphy, you want to design, you want to cook, you want to drive, you want to probably you want to spend time with your family, stuff like that. So anything that you think that you have developed a skill over a period of time which you have learned by yourself, okay, with the hard work and effort that you've put in, you do that first. Okay, that brings us to the second circle, circle number 2. Now this circle talks about a few different things, something called talents. Now this is going to be a tricky one. Once upon a time, I have asked one of the members, write down your talents, and she happened to go completely blank when it comes to talents. I was like, I don't know what I'm great at. Now I'll just define you what talents is from my perspective. You have an unfair advantage. What do I mean by an unfair advantage? Like, I'm not asking you to compare yourself with anyone inside the room, but then when you are put in a group of 10, 20, 50, 100 or whatever that is, you have some sort of leverage where you are always ahead than the whole group. In one domain, you might be pretty bad in so many things, but then in one area you are very good in. One area that I was really great at is like lazy. I was so lazy. That kind of becomes a habit, because when you keep on procrastinating things, that becomes a habit, and when that becomes a habit, it has a momentum, and when it has a momentum, when people are wanting to work, I'll be lazy. I'll probably push my work to the extreme of the deadline and get the thing done on the last day itself, and next day ready for presentation. A very bad example to give you, but then just to give you a perspective, when you feel like you don't have any talents, this is like a small little example that you can derive from. So like, okay, what are my unfair advantages. What do I think my gifts are? If I ask you, okay, if you have to do one thing for the rest of your life, okay, yeah, even you're not even going to get paid for it, what would that one thing be? Okay, so in those terms, your talents comes into picture, your gifts comes into picture, something that's given to you naturally, something that you have unfair advantage among the group of people. Like you are great at doing what you're doing. It's like that has to be a thing. Okay, so that defines the talents part of it. So what happens, going back to the sheet, what happens here is write down 10 skills. Okay, write down probably 10 talents. Just go with the flow. Don't think, go with the flow. Keep on going with the flow, you'll be able to figure things out. Okay, so once you have skills and talents over here, the best part that I've learned on the golden triangle that he said is, what happens is probably this one skill goes with this talent, like match the following. When that happens, you write that here in the center of it. That's what he calls the golden opportunity. It's not go, it's golden opportunity. So as in how, okay, this one point goes with the first one probably. For example, you've got a skill of talking with friends so much, and now you've got a talent in probably fixing people's bones or joints. A very weird combination. How can you're a genius there and you have a great skill over here? How can I mix and match the things that are there? And what happens if, for example, if you have like 20 skills, probably 5 talents listed over here, you will just land up with 1, 2, 3 probably. 2 to 3 golden opportunities that you've got. And that is where you feel, okay, this is what I'm totally congruent with. That was point number 1, the golden opportunity thing. Okay, so do that exercise. That's like an exercise that you need to do and experience. No matter how much I give you examples, if you don't do it, it doesn't make sense to you. Point number 1. Point number 2 is, what we're going to talk about is something that I've found it recently, which made a lot of sense to me. This was something that I've derived when I learned something where you want to make like 5 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees a month. What happens is, you just don't go make money. Okay, you just don't go, for example, let me put this line. You just don't start making money like this. This is another direction you go. What happens is, you start here, you go through a dip, then you grow exponentially. That's my way of kind of definition when it comes to exponential growth. So like there are 4 different angles to it. First, you're going through a life where you feel everything is cool. Now, I started my entrepreneurship journey and I thought, okay, I'm going to make 5 lakh rupees a month. I started the journey in the month of April and I thought I would be making money by, for example, around June was my deadline. So like, now I'm going to make 5 lakh rupees. And it just did not happen. And when I realized it, I was in phase number 2. Changing the color. This was when it started. This was when reality hit. I was like, okay, that's not going to happen because I have to learn everything from ground up, from scratch zero. I have zero skills in what I'm doing. That was where I started to learn things. Okay, what is the funnel? How does the funnel look? What is the color psychology? What is the pricing psychology? How should I create a course? And everything I have to start learning from skill. And then you move on to third phase. The third phase is something where you start helping yourself. You're becoming better version of yourself on a daily basis. Point number 1. Point number 2, once you start feeling, okay, this is something that I've got now, this shouldn't just stay with me. Now you need to go out and start helping people out. You charge money, you do free one-to-ones, you have paid one-to-ones, however that is. You start going on and benefiting people out. Now, I'm very strategically using the word called benefit. It's way different than helping people. So you start benefiting people out. You are doing something for them and you're getting them results. You're so worried like, how can I get you more results and stuff like that. So that being said, that was point number 3. You start helping slowly, starting to move in an elevated position. You're kind of growing and growing and growing. Then you move on to the 4th segment. What is the 4th segment? That's an exponential growth. Now, from going all the way from 3rd point to 4th point can take a month, can take 6 months, can take 2 years, can take 4 years. Based on the OODA loop that I've learned from Alex Hormozi. From an idea, OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide and act. Something in the morning also I've learned, came across. It was something funny. I had not wrote it down. I'll just give you like. First comes idea. Then you decide on the idea. Decide on the idea. then you execute, and then you move forward. In other words, IDEM. Item. This is something that I've learned from Ryan Serhant in the morning. Today morning I was watching this video. It's like a ODO loop is observe, orient, decide, act. The faster that is, the faster you get results. Again, the similar version of it in a different way. Idea. You have an idea, decide what you have to do with an idea, execute with that idea that you had, like it has to be very fast, and then move forward with a different idea. So the faster these loops are, the faster your speed is going to be. That being said, that the first point was golden opportunity, the second point was the growth dip that I call inside the Academy of Artist Scientists. Thank you so much for making this video / podcast and topic and me a part of your day. I'm going to see you in another exciting video. I should have done that, but anyway, I've done that. I'll see you in the next video. Exciting video.
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح